Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. This is Balsamic Moon Tarot. I'm here for another monthly reading that I read for the collective during the phase of the Balsamic Moon, the last couple days before the new moon, also known as the dark moon. The moon has waned to the point of being almost invisible. And this is a moon phase in which it's a good time to rest, take it easy, focus on restoring yourself, restoring your health, your vitality. So, anything you can do to take a break from work and stress and get some time to yourself, even get some solitude. That's the best use of this moon phase. So this month the moon is in Gemini. It's currently in the last degrees of Gemini before it enters Cancer, and then the new moon in Cancer will be tomorrow. So the moon transiting Gemini is interesting because it did meet with Jupiter in Gemini. So we are in a long-term transit, roughly, not super long-term, but we're in an annual transit. Jupiter usually takes about a year to go through each sign. So this, for the past several months we've had Jupiter in Gemini. But for the moon to transit Gemini, where it gives us, a chance to actually understand what that feels like. What is it like on an emotional level for Jupiter in Gemini, right? So I've already pulled some cards for this reading, and just to get me started, and I asked, like, what is the mood of the collective? And what I'm seeing so far is that I think for anyone drawn to this reading, there's a big sense of starting over, but it's not necessarily a positive feeling. It may be a huge relief in some aspects, but it's also a source of stress in other aspects. But there's a lot of movement and energy in taking action to start over. All the actions related to starting over. I think it could even be that starting over has been something we've been wanting to do for some time, but we just never really had an opportunity. And another aspect of this is feeling like time is limited. I think maybe we thought before that we'll just find the right time to start over, and now we realize there really is never the best, like a great time to start over. You just have to do it, and you have to make the best of it. So that's what I got so far, and then I pulled the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Sorry, that's what I got so far from the cards I pulled earlier, as well as these cards, the Fool, Judgment, Ace of Pentacles, and Four of Swords. But then the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles showed up. So I do think there's this nudging towards remembering what makes you happy and remembering what brings joy into your life, because you don't have to start over with that necessarily. I think there's stress in that starting over may deprive, it's kind of feeling like things are mutually exclusive. Like, oh, if I go in this direction, I'll have to lose that, I'll have to lose that thing that makes me happy. And I think this is a message saying that that doesn't have to be the case. There are things in your life that fulfill you or that make you happy, and that's because you've nurtured those things. That's because you've spent time and put energy into those things. So it's not like you have to start over with everything. It's not like this is a hard reset where everything has to be everything has to be taken away or something. This is starting over in the sense that truly what no longer makes sense, what you're no longer about, it's time to leave it in the past. It's time to move on. So let's keep going. Yeah, that's what I'm getting so far. Okay, so what is the message for the collective? What is the message at this time? And to make a video or to do my reading at this time, it's also about wrapping up the previous lunar cycle, right? So we're also taking everything we learned from the past month and trying to make sense of it all, because we want to enter the new lunar cycle with a real assessment, you know, of our feelings, of our priorities, our needs, right? So the balsamic moon phase is also great for really contemplating what has happened, you know, evaluating your results, not in a way that is technical or logical necessarily, but in a way in which we tap into our feelings and even our subconscious and let things come to the surface, let things bubble to the surface that we just didn't address, you know, emotionally or psychologically or spiritually. We just didn't address it because we were too busy or distracted, you know. So when we put aside this time for solitude at the end of the lunar cycle, we give ourselves a chance to process a lot that, you know, we just didn't get to. So yeah, we have the Ten of Wands and we have the Five of Cups here. I think the collective is feeling like there's like, it's almost feeling a sense of regret that we believed so strongly and we defended so strongly something that ended up not being worth it in the end. I know that can sound really terrible and harsh, but that is what I'm seeing here. I feel like with this Ten of Wands, a lot of us went to bat for someone or something, and with the Five of Cups here, we're mourning. We're mourning something, and I don't think we're mourning the thing that disillusioned us. I think we're actually mourning our youth, you know, that side of us that had all that optimism. Okay, we're mourning an old self that just took things for granted. I think that's what that is. What is the message for the collective? What else can we know at this time? Yeah, look at that. We have the Queen of Wands here. Beautiful. Beautiful message to receive, because the Queen of Wands is saying none of that, you know, when you care about something and it doesn't go the way you want it to, that's never wasted. That's not, none of that is in vain, because this, you know, caring about something always teaches you something about yourself. It teaches you about your strengths, and you know, the fact that you believe in yourself, then it's like, this is a message of, it's not too, you know, it's never too late to believe in yourself again. It's never too late to be optimistic again. Like, the optimism never goes away. It just gets hidden. It just gets hidden under the, you know, the disappointment. But if you can access it again, what it's saying is, you know, you can be optimistic again. You can feel whole and have a belief in something again if you find the direction. It's all about identifying the direction you want to go in. You know, it's all about identifying the dream that lights you up, the desire that lights you up. So this Queen of Wands, we're poised to reinvent ourselves even, okay? We're poised to claim our lives in a way we maybe never have before, to claim our time, to claim our identity, to claim our values, okay? To stake a claim here. That's what I'm getting with the Queen of Wands. Wow, we have the Knight of Swords. So again, this is like that fighting energy, right? And here we have the Three of Wands. New direction. So it is about, you know, get back up on the horse. Don't give up. there's something you still want to do. There's more yet to do. There's more yet to dream and achieve and accomplish and go for. Okay, this isn't necessarily about work. I think this is just about life in general. There's more to life that is here for you. You just have to go for it. You just have to dream it. You have to feel it, you know, believe in it. The Three of Wands is showing that this is going to grow quickly. You know, this thing that excites you, it may just be a little seed of an idea right now, but it's almost like it's going to have fuel. It's going to be fueled by something. You're going to find support for it. And so the idea is going to get bigger, and it's going to become, you know, a project or a goal, and then you're going to find you have an ally in this, you know. So I feel like there's something great opening up here. And when you think about starting over, you don't have to think about starting over as being a disappointing, you know, setback. You can think about starting over as being forgiveness. Okay, this is also what's interesting about the Judgment card, because I think the Judgment card often tells us something is being judged. You know, we are experiencing judgment. We cannot, it's like we cannot escape judgment. But the Judgment card to me also talks about mercy and forgiveness, because it's about revealing the truth. And the truth always sets you free. The truth sets you free. The truth is liberation. When we can forgive ourselves, or when we can experience that forgiveness in the light of truth, it's like the truth of our soul sets us free. And I think this is what is being tapped into now. This is our opportunity now as Moon exits Gemini into Cancer. There's like a rawness, there's a truth, it's like a lack of artifice, you know. All the things that were propped up don't have to be propped up anymore. It's unapologetic, radical honesty, you know. That's also what I'm seeing here. So let's keep going, and let's just get the message of get the message and the advice, and you know, just some advice on how to move forward. What is the message for the collective? What is some advice at this time? Oh, is that what I'm doing? I'm Seven of Cups. Okay, I guess I meant to get this deck for the Seven of Cups, but I do want to start taking from this deck now. We have the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups, you know, wow, I just talked about truth and art and radical honesty. The Seven of Cups is interesting because it is where we get where we can lose that sense of reality. Okay, it's when we can lose a bit of grounding because we might be so caught up in fantasy. We have the Knight of Cups and we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this is maybe just an acknowledgement of where we're coming from. So if that's been you, you know, this is just an acknowledgement of, it's almost like trying to let you down gently. It's trying to like ground you gently. Like, it's okay that you've been in a world of fantasy. It's okay that you got deluded, you know, like this happens to some of us. This happens to the best of us. This is a human thing. We dream and then we get caught up and then we have fantasies and then we, you know, we lose touch with reality. It's not, you know, that's not the worst thing in the world. That doesn't make you a terrible human being. But there's a sense here of now trying to come down gently from that, right? It's about the safe landing from that. If your head's been up in the sky, high in the sky, thinking you've been untethered, now is the time to reel you back in slowly, because what's real is going to be so much more fulfilling. Ace of Pentacles. It's going to be so much more fulfilling than anything you ever dreamed of. Okay, we have 3 more cards here. We have the Five of Wands, the Artist, wow, right here above with the Judgment card. And we have the Nine of Pentacles again. Look at that. We have the Nine of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles here. Okay, this was the Nine of Pentacles that got pulled the first time. And just making sure, yeah, everything's visible. So again, this emphasis on, you know, starting over doesn't mean you have to rip everything out by the roots. Everything that is growing and nurtured in your life, it doesn't mean you have to destroy all that. Starting over doesn't have to mean destruction. I mean, yes, there are going to be elements of, there's the destructive aspect of, you know, things that are just naturally ending, the natural life cycle ending. And so we do have to like weed out the things in our life that no longer serve us, but that's not necessarily destructive. I think there's, the Nine of Pentacles is here to say, you know, again, that what you're going to find in this new beginning is more room, more time, more energy, more resources for your true talents, you know, for your gifts, for your inherent gifts. When I see this Nine of Pentacles, it's a woman tending to these grapes in her vineyard. And it's talking about thriving. You know, what happens when we thrive in life? When someone is truly fulfilled, happy, and thriving, they don't just sit in a room, you know, and with the blinds closed, right, and just immobilized and inert, you know. I mean, sure, if you want to like take a day off and rest, but like, you know, this is the opposite of depression, right? This is the opposite of depression. This is someone who is like out there enjoying her life and even thinking, what are, you know, what kind of wine can I make from these grapes? She's creative. She's thinking, you know, what more can I do with what I have? That's the epitome of thriving. It's feeling like, you know, you've put time and attention into something and it's blossomed and it's bearing fruit and it's successful, and then you're thinking ahead even further, like, oh, I could do even more. And it's not, you know, and again, it's not like this rat race. It's not thinking like, I mean, sure, she might be thinking, oh, I could make this wine and I could sell it. But what I'm seeing here is someone who's thinking about the long term. You know, it's like, I have grapes. I'm surrounded by a wonderful harvest of grapes. I'm not going to let that go to waste. So you're always thinking about, you know, the next step in the long term and how to make the best use of time, right? So the winemaking process is always about time. It's about being sophisticated with time. You have to understand when to pick the grapes, and, you know, of course, when you make the wine, there's all these other steps in there that take their own time. You choose the time it takes at each phase in this process, and then when it's bottled, it ages. So, you know, then there's the other element of time in wine, when it's simply, you know, aging in the bottle. So all of this is to just say time is on your side. You know, seize it. Time is on your side. Consider it. Think about it. Use it wisely. It's key to your happiness. You know, right now we have this ace, so we're in the new chapter. We're writing the new chapter. So it's about thinking, you know, what chapter can I write in which I make the best use of time? We have the Artist here, the Artist with the Judgment card. That's powerful. Again, it's the Artist with a blank page, right? This is the reminder that you co-create your life. You work with the universe to create your life, what you want for yourself. We can't make it out of thin air, no, but we can be these artists in our lives who do discriminate what makes sense, what doesn't, what fits, what doesn't, what is the dream, what is the vision, what is the ideal, and how can I achieve that given where I am, what I have, okay? So the artist way, thinking like an artist, inhabiting the role of the artist. The artist loves all of their creations. The artist is about creating from the heart, creating from your very soul, right? Being divinely inspired. We also have a Five of Wands here, which came with the Fool. So I think that right now there may be some temporary struggles and strife and even conflicts, and it's kind of, it's almost like noise that's distracting us right now. But pretty soon we're going to realize this is just noise. I don't have to pay attention to this noise. I have something really important to pay attention to. I have my life, I have my time, I have my vision to pay attention to work on. So that is another advice there. Piece of advice is, you know, don't see how the artist is turned away from the Five of Wands. Don't get distracted or paralyzed by petty squabbles, petty conflicts that are just going to deprive you of precious time. Here we have the Ten of Cups. Wow. We have the Ten of Cups with the Four of Swords there. For some of you, definitely, it's thinking about family. You know, do you want to start a family? Or do you want a new addition to your family? Do you want to have another child, you know? But the Ten of Cups also talks about, oh, this is beautiful. The Ten of Cups in relation to the Nine of Pentacles, I was just talking about her making wine. And she's going to make enough wine for the community, for the village, for the town, right? She's going to make enough wine to fill 10 cups. That's beautiful, because the Ten of Cups is also about community, family, extended family. These are your loved ones. These are the people who love you and you love them, okay? This is how love shows up in your life. It's, yeah, that's beautiful. So it's about doing something that inspires you, doing something you love. You love it so much that you can put in that time and it doesn't feel like it's draining you. It feels like it's supporting you, okay? You put in the time and the energy and it supports you, it fulfills you. And then the next thing you know, it overflows into this gift, this service for others, okay? You have a special, unique way of caring for others now, based on what you invest your time in. So that vision is really key here. You've got to have that vision in your mind. And again, this is a time of the month, right, when we can really take some solitude and use that solitude really well. So this is a time to like have that vision. And I say vision, I don't say fantasy. It's a vision. It's something you can work towards. It's something you can work towards today. It's a goal that you can break down into little steps, and you can take the first step today or tomorrow, okay? That's what I mean by vision. We have the Three of Wands again, okay? Three of Wands again, here with the Nine of Pentacles. Now it's on either side here. Three of Pentacles, yeah. So, you know, this is interesting, because I just realized the Five of Wands and the Ten of Wands, it's like this multiplication of expectation. You know, that Ten of Wands we saw earlier was really struggling and had really put it's like putting your eggs into one basket. And now we have the Three of Pentacles. And what the Three of Pentacles shows is collaboration. It could be like a working group, you know, it could be a collaboration between three people. But the point of the Three of Pentacles is that you make progress because you recognize others have their own, you know, unique specialties. Others can contribute. It's about being willing to work with someone, work together, you know, work as a team. And again, with the Ten of Cups, it's, you know, it is thinking about how this is not a solid, it's not a solo journey. This is about, you know, going on this journey with the others who support you, going on this journey with others who care about you, who love you, and vice versa. It is a collective dream. It's a dream for the collective. It's a vision for the collective. We have the Emperor here. Wow. And we have the Six of Cups with the Queen of Wands, which is really nice. Yeah, so we have the Five of Cups here, and now the Six of Cups. So with that Queen of Wands, so I do think this is a reinforcement of what I was saying. We talked about the artist, and now it's like the Emperor is the person. This is you when you have that can-do attitude and you're like, I'm gonna get this done. This is the executive, right? The artist has the vision and creates the direction, and the Emperor can partner with you. You know, these are two archetypes, right? The Emperor partners with the artist. The Emperor makes sure that this gets done. The Emperor has to have his eye on the whole, you know, landscape, the whole empire. Nothing goes, it's like the buck stops here, right? Everything is, you're responsible for how this turns out. So there's a lot of responsibility here. But with the Six of Cups, what we're seeing is, it's like, it's an honor, you know. It's like an honor to care, to do something in which you're caring for others who are, you know, who are children, or who need care, who need guidance. So I do think for some of us, we're stepping into a new phase in our life where we're the expert, or we're the authority, we're the boss, you know, we're the leader. And we can do that with a sense of humility, because we realize just how great the responsibility is, right? With great power comes great responsibility. So it is about stepping into one's power, but it's also about recognizing the responsibility in that, and having an approach that is truly grounded and centered in the heart. You know, it's like you understand all the, you know, all the people who rely on you by doing this. Knight of Swords is here with Three of Wands. Let's go ahead and move to this deck for the last couple cards. What is the message for the collective? Advice, potential outcome. I've got 3 cards here. We have the Seven of Swords, we have Justice, and we have the King of Pentacles. I'm going to move this over here. Okay. So what this is telling me, yeah, so advice here is definitely with the Justice card. This is, you know, this is about not getting I want to say swayed, but I think there's another word, compromised. This is about, the Justice card here is saying, you know, don't compromise. Don't compromise, because the Seven of Swords is like some kind of sneaky behavior, sneaky activity. It's like this temptation to cut corners, something like that. And this Justice card is saying, nope, don't, you know, you do it by the book, or you do it above board. You stick to the rules, you stick to the plan. It's also about karma. So it's saying, you know, you don't, this is the importance of, yeah, doing things right and making things right. And then the King of Pentacles is how that will help you succeed, and that will actually lead to a very, you know, a very good situation, a stable situation, a wealthy situation, so, you know, some kind of abundance here where you've succeeded in creating, you know, a prosperous life somehow. It could even be, again, if you're thinking about parenthood, it's you know, a situation in which you are able to be a parent successfully. Parenting the way you know you want to parent, you know. Yeah, not compromising on these things that are your deepest values. So that is the message. I hope that was helpful for you. I'll just pull one last card from this oracle deck before I close the reading. What is the message for this collective watching this video? What is the message for us at this time? The self. Wow. Yes. Look at that. The self. And there's a pearl right there. Wow. So I do feel like starting over, right? Those were the words I used. Starting over is what's available here. This is where you're at. But this is the chance to start over as who you truly are. This is the chance to put the best foot forward in terms of what is it you truly value? What is it you truly want? This is radical honesty in your approach. Radical acceptance, radical honesty. There's a greater sense of responsibility here. There's also a greater sense of love and care for others. You don't see yourself in a vacuum, but you understand how you're part of a connected system of loved ones, or, you know, community. And you understand that you don't need to do everything yourself. So the dream, the vision can involve other people. It can involve a partner that you're starting a family with, or you're growing your family with. It can involve people in your workplace. You know, maybe you're part of a team. It can involve them. So this vision is bigger than yourself, but it starts with you. It starts with your unique qualities, your unique gifts, your unique experience in this lifetime. So that was the message. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you all the very best in what this new beginning is for you. And again, it doesn't have to be totally brand new. You don't have to uproot every single thing in your life to, you know, to embark on this new chapter, this new journey. But there is something that you're starting over with that is central. It's about who you are. It's about how you see yourself, how you see your whole, you know, role in this world at this time. That was the message. Take care. Thank you so much. I'll see you later, or hope to see you in the next video.